Meanwhile, at the Los Angeles International Hospital in Jennifer's room, Jennifer and Matt are talking. Why the hell would you ask that? She has Tina's face. What about it? I should have been at her send-off saying goodbye, you know. You could still go, if nice try. I'm staying and seeing this whole thing through. Meanwhile, at the Rosedale Ridge Manor in the living room, Jan and Sheldon both came in. And as they stop and turn and face each other. This sounds very serious. It is. I'm afraid you and I can't have a family. What do you mean by that? I was kinda hoping we get hitched, you know, and the public you want a wedding. Even though we eloped, yes, I know that. But the feeling will be more magical if we do it in front of friends and family. So, what do you say? Meanwhile, at the Los Angeles prison in the interview room, Frank is sitting at a table waiting. Till another officer came in with Mimi. And as he led her to the chair, and as they arrived with her sitting down, and as he got one of her arms and handcuffed to the table, just as Darla and Harold both came in, with Harold closing the door, and as the officer went and stand by the door while Darla and Harold came to where Mimi and Frank is. Not to worry, you two. He's on our payroll. Now on to business. I'm getting you two locked out of here. You said the appeal will go through. It's a process. One I'm certain will come through. But in the meantime, you two need to stay here. I'll be fine. Besides, when my husband and I get out, let's just say that we'll both be on top. Meanwhile, at the Grand Baptist Church in the women's dressing room, Vanessa's recovering from Annie's slap. Have you lost the plot? No, that will be you, my friend, destroying my marriage. You lied to Aaron about his twins being his just for you to take him from me. And let me guess, you're gonna take his place again. Meanwhile, in the recreation room, Karen and Aaron are in a hug. And as they pull away, how are you doing? I don't know. Apart from being lied to for months, and now Vanessa told me that Annie and I have never even slept together. How could she do that to me, Mom? I had some words with her myself and told her to stay away. Why would she put you through so much? I think I have a hunch. Meanwhile, in the sanctuary at the altar, Daniel's looking at Tina, who's lying in the casket, while Joanna and Chris is watching by the door while the others patrons walk out. He's holding in there. I just wish I could do something for. And as Casey and Richard came to where they are, Dad, just let him grieve. And as they arrive with Joanna and Chris seeing them, yeah, he needs us. Look, give me a minute. I'll meet you lot outside. Hang in there, yeah? And as Joanna, Casey, Richard all went and left the sanctuary, just as Jeremy came to where Chris is. Your mother was an amazing woman, and as he arrived, yeah? Then why did you leave her in the first place? Look, man, save it. I know what you're playing at, and it's not gonna work. Meanwhile, at the Los Angeles International Hospital in Jennifer's room, Jennifer and Matt are talking. Oh, I didn't realize how much you care about me and all. You can drop the whole sarcasm thing. And as Taya came in and closed the door, just as Jennifer and Matt saw her, just in time. Do you have the results? Yes, I do. And as Taya came to where they are, now, compared with your DNA against that of Jennifer's baby, and wait! And as Jennifer looked at Matt who saw her, you're not the father. I'm sorry, Can you repeat that again? You heard me. You're not the father. Will is. Isn't that right, Taya? And as Jennifer looked at Taya, who saw, yeah, that is correct. It's about time you own up. I cannot believe you managed to trick this young man into being a father. Well, trapping him. Can I have a moment with me, husband? And as Taya in turn went and left the room. Meanwhile, at the Rosedale Rich Manor in the living room, Jan and Sheldon are talking. Yeah, of course we can have another wedding around the people we care about. Thank you. I want to make certain it'll be the best one yet. That I promise you. Man, you really give me a scare. Like you had a secret that you're holding on to wrong. I love you so much, it wouldn't dare try to lose you. When your ex-E tried to manipulate you into staying in her life, she didn't stand a chance on how I felt towards you. So, are you ready to create this family? You know what? Let's do it. And as they begin kissing each other and pull back, with Jan and Sheldon heading out of the living room towards the stairs. And as they both went up them. Meanwhile, at the Los Angeles prison in the interview room, Darla, Meanie, Frank, and Harold are talking with the guard by the door supervising. So what's going on with the outside world? Well, I have some interesting news. And as Darla took out a folder and opened it and took out a paper and laid it towards Meanie, which she got. And as she and her husband saw, oh my God, I knew it all along. Of course it was true. And to think we've done something wrong. You didn't. So, do you want us to tell him? Of course, no. What do you mean? Revealing this won't change anything. He's made his choice regarding his loyalties. And now, he's gonna have to learn this on his own. And as Darla gave Mimi back the paper which she got, and as she put it back in the folder, let me make some quite clear. You lot aren't gonna say anything to him about this information either. Meanwhile, at the Leaving Book Cafe, Kristen is sitting at a table looking at sonogram pictures of her upcoming baby. Just as Allison came and saw what her niece is doing. I didn't know you were pregnant. And as Kristen noticed her aunt, well, not too many people know, apart from me husband and family. Well, question of the matter is, are you looking forward to it? And as Allison sat down and faced Kristen. Yeah, Michael and I got loads of names to choose from. Truthfully, between you and I'm scared. Girl, that's only natural. Being a first mom can be scary and overwhelming, but you gotta remember, you're not alone in this. Meanwhile, outside the Grand Baptist Church in the parking lot by Joanna and Chris' limousine, Joanna, Casey, and Richard are talking. He just feels bad for abandoning him when he grew up. Mom, he loves you and us. I know that he does, but nothing. I feel for him as well, but the fact is, he's not a little boy anymore. And right now, my mom's in danger getting sent down for something she didn't even do. Daniel just need time. Speaking of which, I better see what's taking your father so long. Tell your dad that we're gonna do best we can to help your mom beat this. Thank you, Joanna. And as Joanna turned and head towards the church, while Richard and Casey continued talking. I know that look you have. You're clearly worried about Aaron. Meanwhile, inside the Grand Baptist Church in the women's dressing room, Vanessa and Annie are talking. Aaron and I were doing wonderful. Till you roll your backside in, he left you when he found out about that bet you made with your best mate Jan. We've moved past that. And for you to bring that up is pretty low. Let's be honest, Vanessa. You're only with him as a substitute for Matthew. Wrong, right? Face it. You will always have every man second to Owen Graham, and as Vanessa punched Annie to the ground. And as she quickly got up, nice. That's that fire I've been looking for. Let's do this. And as Annie in turn tackled Vanessa to the ground, and as they both begin fighting each other. Meanwhile, in the recreation room, Karen and Aaron are talking. So she wanted to make her sister jealous by making her think that you could love her more. I know how that sounds. Sounds very sick and twisted. You see, that family is never to be trusted. But I trust Vanessa. She and I are on good terms again, and I really want to see how it goes. Well then, I can't exactly start you there. Just be careful, yeah? Not to worry, Mom. I'm going in with my eyes wide open. But I know she wouldn't be foolish to stuff things up again. I really don't think Annie is gonna take too kind of you and her getting back together. I don't give a damn. Besides, she and Scott should make it official since they're already parents. Meanwhile, in the sanctuary entrance, Chris and Jeremy are talking. I know emotions at a high end here today. Why are you monologuing to me? I'm just trying to be there for your brother, whom all you sudden care? Why don't you do one and be with your other family? Luckily, I don't take orders that from you. Now you may be Tina's other son, but that doesn't give you the right to talk like that to me. Are you done? All I'm doing is protecting what little I have. And all you're doing is trying to be a father when his and my mom is gone. I love her too, man. And although she's done some twisted things, I really watch the next few words you say about her right now. Meanwhile, Amanda came in, walking past Chris and Jeremy, and as she heads to the altar, where Tina's casket is, and Daniel, who's looking at his mom, who's lying peacefully. And as she arrived and he noticed, you don't have to be here for this, but I want to. You need me, Daniel, so I'm going nowhere. And as Daniel turned and faced Amanda, just as they begin hugging each other. Meanwhile, at the Los Angeles International Hospital in Jennifer's room, Jennifer and Matt are talking. Look, Matt, I know what you're thinking about right now. Do you really? Because you don't have the slightest clue, you ungrateful, selfish cow. Alright, I get that you're mad at Matt. That doesn't even cut it close. You're gonna let me be the father of another man's baby, and for what? Some twisted sort of revenge of us sleeping together? I didn't ruin your marriage. I know, I did. And I sort of took it out on you and ruined your life. I'm sorry. Just do me a solid and stay the hell away from me. And as Matt turned and went and left Jennifer's room. Meanwhile, at the Roseville Ridge Manor in Shan and Sheldon's bedroom, Jan and Sheldon are making out in bed. Tilly pull away. Don't tell me you're backing out. Wrong. Why don't I put some music to get us in the mood? Now you're speaking my language. And as Sheldon got his iPhone out and Bluetooth some news to stir, right now. What about that? Sounds good to me. And as Sheldon got up and went and put his phone on the table, and as he came back to where his wife is. Now then, where exactly were we? I don't know. I believe we're in the midst of. And as Jan got up to where Sheldon is, just in time for them to begin kissing each other. And as Sheldon took off his shirt, followed by Jan. And as Sheldon got Jan on the bed, and as he began to make passionate love towards his wife. Soon, Jan turned Sheldon over, and as she began to make love to him, and as they enjoyed each other's company. Meanwhile, at the Los Angeles prison in the interview room, Dollar, Mimi, Frank, and Harold are talking with the guard by the door supervising. I don't get the whole secrecy. He's been all but loyal to his name. True. You just want him to sweat, don't you? I really don't think Justin wants to be a Graham. He was the one who hired me into looking into this matter, and it will be fine. Just tell him the news so we can rub it in Hannah and Ryan's faces that Justin would never be theirs to begin with. Guys, are we gonna talk about the fact that Tina's suddenly gone? You're absolutely right. I think it's time to pick another victim in this last-ditch attack. Actually, come to think of it, I have the perfect person in mind. Meanwhile, at the Leaving Book Cafe, Allison and Kristen are talking. Thank you for that. I really needed to hear that. No problem. What are ants for, right? So tell me, how's things going between you and Jared? Jared and I are doing fine for the most part. I just wish this Egyptian shadow killer gets caught already. Ooh, hearing that clearly gives me the chills, especially when it involved me, Eric, and Brody in that deadly shooting that left Brody in a coma. Speaking of that, I think I'm gonna go check on him. I'll go with you. Besides, Jared's working right now, and I have some time to kill. And as Kristen and Allison got up and got the stuffs and went and left the book cafe. Meanwhile, outside the Grand Baptist Church in the parking lot by Joanna and Chris' limousine, Casey and Richard are talking. His whole world totally got turned upside down, and at his former mom's send-off, no less. She was never his mom to begin with. She let your mom think for decades that Aaron was dead, when all the while she was holding on to him like some damn prize of summit. I mean, who even does that? I cannot believe Jessica wasn't even aware of any what happened. I really don't trust that flaming cow far as I can throw her. Every time I look at her, I am clearly reminded of Tina and what she put me own family through. I say death was far too easy of an escape for her when she tortured us. Why do I get the distinct feeling you're up to something? Let's just say that I don't think we truly seen the last of Tina Hartley. Meanwhile, inside the Grand Baptist Church in the women's dressing room, Vanessa and Annie are fighting each other. You're a stupid cow if you ever think you can have Aaron to yourself. Really? Because I trust that we'll be back together, if not stronger than ever. Over my dead body, which I can easily make happen. And as the minister came in and saw what's going on. What the hell? Pack it in now! And as the minister went and broke Vanessa and Annie up. I should have known it was you two lot. What does that mean? I got a better question. Would someone like to tell what the hell is going on? Wow, really, Father? I've never heard you swear, seeing that you're a man of God. I'm also human, Annie. That I see. You really want to know what's going on? I'll tell you. This Dominic cow over there started attacking me for no reason. You know damn well it's not true enough. You're right. Stay the hell away from me and Aaron. And as Vanessa turned and went and left the women's dressing room. Meanwhile, in the recreation room, Karen and Aaron are talking. Well, your father and I just want you to be happy. Thank you. I owe Vanessa a chance for us to be together and to have the happiness in our lives. Well, there is a matter of your marriage. Yeah, my marriage is over. In fact, I'm getting an annulment. I've already called Shannon, and she's getting the ball rolling as we speak. Good. Now, if you need any witness too, I know where to find you. Also, I'm gonna help Dad get you off these ridiculous charges. All in due time, son. Look, I'll see you later. And as Karen got up and went and left the recreation room. Meanwhile, in the sanctuary at the entrance, Chris and Jeremy are talking. Alright, obviously you care deep about your mom a lot, honey. And as Joanna came in, with Chris and Jeremy seeing her. Aren't you coming? You've been gone for quite a while. Just go be with your family. Look, they're gonna be fine. You don't have to worry about them. Okay. Jeremy, if you need anything from just keep your husband the hell away from us. And as Jeremy turned and head back to where Amanda and Daniel is, while Joanna and Chris both went and left the sanctuary. Meanwhile, let's get back at the altar where Tina's casket is. Amanda and Daniel are in a hug, just as Jeremy came and arrived to where they are, just in time for Amanda and Daniel to pull away and saw him. Thanks, man, for sending me Dad away. I don't need him being a parent when he wasn't all the days that I grew up in my life. No problem, man. What are you two lot gonna do from this point on? I just want to get through this whole thing, and you will. Family sticks together to the very end. Meanwhile, Annie is walking down the hall, thinking. Soon, she went in the recreation room and saw Aaron looking at the stage. And as she came to where he is, in a while, just as he turned and faced her, and as Annie prepared herself for our next conversation with Aaron.